welcome to another edition of the Reb Zone. I'm Maria Martin. Another female athlete has been drafted professionally this year from Ole Miss, and we're going to take a look behind the scenes with the Ole Miss men's lacrosse team. But first, let's take a look at what happened in this season's Grove Bowl.
With the completion of the spring football season, the Ole Miss Rebels look to prepare for their first game in August against Boise State. The 2014 Grove Bowl showed the fans a little something for what to expect next season.
Well, I'll only talk about one expectation. It's the only one I have, and that's for us to win each day leading up to Atlanta to play Boise State. I know beyond a shadow of doubt from coaching the years I've coached and being around teams, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we're a better football team than we were 2 years ago.
Junior running back Itavius Mathers stood out in the annual scrimmage, rushing for 121 yards with only 4 carries. After leading the team in rushing last year with 563 yards, Mathers will definitely be a key component for next season. Sticking with the offense, Bo Wallace and his receivers have had a successful spring as well. Aside from the receivers such as last year's freshman phenom Laquan Treadwell, Wallace will have plenty of options when going to the air.
You know, I played the way I wanted to. I felt in control almost, all the time. I feel really, really good. I just got to go out there and get my arm strength to another level, and, I think that's really the only thing that can hold me back.
Junior Cody Core caught 4 passes for 51 yards, and tight end Evan Ingram received for 77 yards, catching only 2 passes. The future continues to look bright for Ole Miss football, but they still have a couple more months to prepare before traveling to Atlanta. Here's David Collier with more on the Grove Bowl.
Traditions are a part of college football. Every school has their own traditions that make them unique, and Ole Miss is no exception. Whether it's watching the team walk through the Grove or the pregame hotty-toddy in the stadium, there are several traditions that make a Rebel football game day unique from any other place in the country. But it's a tradition that will have Detarian Shackelford wearing number 38 this fall that truly makes Ole Miss unique. Shackelford was recently named the recipient of the Chucky Mullins Courage Award for the second time.
Mullins Courage Award recipient, senior linebacker Detarian Shackelford of Decatur, Alabama.
It's a blessing. First time something like that has ever happened at this university, so I'm just honored and blessed to that the coaching staff and the people that had a part in this selection process picked me to represent Chucky Mullins in that honor.
One back in the backfield, 3 receivers wide right for Gromos. Back to throw in the pocket, plenty of time. Man wide open, it's Gaines, he's hit, fumble! Gaines is going to recover. No, they say incomplete.
That hit on October 28, 1989, ended the playing career of Roy Lee Chucky Mullins, and 2 years later, it ended his life. In 1990, the Chucky Mullins Courage Award was introduced as an honor given to a defensive player who would wear Mullins number 38 on the field to honor his legacy. However, in 2006, Mullins' number became the second number to be retired in program history, and the winner of the award began wearing a patch on his jersey instead. But in 2011, the decision to put number 38 back on the field came to fruition. Shackelford was set to be the first person to wear number 38 since it was removed from the field in 2006, but days before that announcement, Shackelford tore his ACL in spring practice. The injury sidelined Shackelford for the 2011 and 2012 seasons, so Mullins' number really wasn't on the field that year. The Decatur, Alabama native got back in action this past season and decided to return for his 6th year this coming season, and this time he'll finally be wearing number 38 on the field.
I'm kind of overwhelmed, man. I never imagined myself going to a university and having this much of an impact, and especially having as much of an impact as I've had not being on the field. So, growing up, you always think your biggest impact is going to be making sacks and touchdowns, but to see that in a different view, I'm certainly been blessed to be in that situation.
For Reb Zone, I'm David Collier.
Reb Zone reporter Jill Clifton had a chance to sit down with Nik Scholtz about the upcoming SEC tournament. Let's see what he had to say.
3 years ago, Nik Scholtz came all the way from South Africa for a chance to play in the SEC. With the SEC tournament coming up on April 16th, Scholtz is busy finding ways to prepare to round out his successful season at the tournament.
To me personally, that's the best kind of preparation there is just physical match practice, because you're in that real life situation the whole time where you deal with pressure situations. Because when you're out there practicing, it's easy to feel good and make shots that you might not normally make when it's actually a real match situation when the pressure is there. So mostly it's just matches right now, and then you go straight into the tournament, so it's perfect.
When it comes to motivating the team for big games, Scholtz and his teammates turn to someone other than themselves for motivation.
Well, mostly we leave it up to coach. He's the guy who gives like the pre-game speeches and all that. But the guys are mostly, they're pretty motivated by themselves. And that's the thing with tennis, because it's such an individual sport. So before college tennis, we've always played, like individual tournaments. And then, the only person getting you motivated is yourself.
But Coach isn't the only one doing the motivating. His teammates have given him the nickname Shark due to his behavior in practice.
When I first came from South Africa, one of the many questions I was asked is, why am I white? And which is normal, because I just laugh about it and say, I see where you're coming from. And the other thing was, South Africa, Shark Week. It's where all the sharks are, and I just, started doing a couple of shark moves, and the name just started going off from there. And I think it mostly took off when I started doing the move, the land shark or the shark's sign during the matches, and that's when the name kind of became a little more popular.
But no matter how much fun he's having, he takes the SEC tournament seriously out of the love for his Rebels.
It's the last time I can really play, in the SEC for my school, and that's something that's close to my heart. So that's enough motivation for me to want to do well.
For Reb Zone, this is Jill Clifton.
Today we're here at the Ole Miss Golf Course with sophomore Kaitlin Voll, native of Atlanta, Georgia. How you doing today?
Good, thanks for asking. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good.
Being in the SEC, you're obviously playing against the best of the best. What do you do really, do you think, to get yourself ready for that kind of competition?
Well, to get ready for the competition, everybody's kind of different. For me, I just try to have a good mindset about it and expect to play well. I don't expect a result, just more like to be great, to play great, because you're gonna get what you get when you're on the course. Like, competition is so much different than practice. Like, the mentality, you're more amped up, you're more excited, you're more nervous. There's a lot of different factors.
All right, well, let's hit. Let's do this.
So, opening thoughts as we see Pete swing.
He has a lot of practice to do.
It's fair.
Pete, we can't find your ball.
Yeah, well, after that type of shot, it's going to be pretty hard to find, trust me. All right, so unfortunately, we're down here on the beach, a place you don't want to be in golf. What do you do when you're in this situation?
Well, it's just like every other golf shot. You gotta take into account your ground, what you're standing on, which is sand. It's pretty soft. We kind of got some rain, so it's compacted. The sand's a little compacted, and what you really want to do is just kind of make sure you get sand before you get the ball, so to make sure that you just pop it out and it lands soft.
Well, she just showed me up in the bunker, and now we're here on the putting green, whereas many like to say, drive for show, putt for dough. So tell us a little bit about what you do to help yourself here on the putting green.
Well, I do something called express putting, which a lot of people know now since the Masters are going on, that Adam Scott does express. I basically read the putt with my feet because you can't trust your eyes.
we both made the short ones. Let's see. Let's take it back a little further and see who gets it this time. We had a great time out here today at the Ole Miss course. Kaitlin, you obviously showed me up in more ways than one, showed me I need to work on my game a little bit. Appreciate you coming out here, and best of luck at the SECs next week.
Appreciate it, thank you.
For Reb Zone, I'm Pete Porter.
Thanks, Pete. And now, Houston Brock had a chance to go behind the scenes with the Ole Miss men's lacrosse team.
Well, today we have a pivotal conference game against Vanderbilt. It's a historic game because we've never beaten them, and we want this one bad.
It's pretty important because I think we need this win to make the playoffs, so it's very important.
We pretty much have to win out to make playoffs this year.
It's very important. We need to win out the rest of the season, make playoffs, so this is the start.
We played them last year, and it was a classic game. We were winning the entire game and let up a couple goals at the end and lost in overtime. And this year, what's different is just the fact that we have to play for 4 quarters. We have to play for every single 60 minutes that are in that game and leave everything on the field.
In Louisiana, lacrosse is such a small sport, and I started like 4 years. I started playing lacrosse 4 years ago. These guys have been playing since they were in middle school, like for multiple years, 9, 10 years. So it's definitely a big learning experience for me, especially.
Recruiting, that just comes with the territory. Our program growing, kids are starting to see success. You know, we have fans that are starting to pop up all over the place, and I think that's what's a draw. Obviously, Ole Miss, the school itself, the Grove and all that is a draw to everybody, and it's just a great academic institution as well.
Where are you from? Baltimore. New Jersey.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Houston, Texas.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Philly, home of brotherly love.
I'm from the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
From Huntington, New York, man.
I'm from Peoria, Illinois.
Baltimore, baby. It's game day.
Business! Put my suit on! Hey, listen, guys, start getting focused now, all right? For you older guys, you know what that feeling felt like a year ago on this field when we lost in overtime and we won in that game, all right? It's time to stick it to them early. You have to play relentless lacrosse for 60 minutes. You can't give up on it halfway through the game, oh, we got to lead. No, we got to play every four quarters, win the ground ball battle, put the balls in the net, play good defense, and communicate with each other. All right, we'll do that. We'll win this game. It starts right now. All right, put it in here. Hey, jog and a full stretch. All right, make sure we get a good stretch. And there's a long bus ride. All right, Rebels on 3. 1, 2, 3. Rebels. Okay, you got to ride hard attack, cause turnovers. I tell you what, if you give every single last breath out there today, you will win this game. It's very simple, all right? But you guys have to come out right from the beginning and do it for 60 minutes. 4 quarters. Not 1, not 2, not 3. 4, all right? Let's do this now. Get focused. I'll tell you right now, we jump after them early and often, we're going to get ahead in this game. We got to keep it that way, all right? You got to come out playing with a lot of intensity and stick it to them early. Let's send these seniors out beating Vanderbilt. They've never beaten them before. Let's do it. We got to do it, all right? This is a historic game for this program, all right? We need to take it today and do it in our style fashion. Play with class, confidence, and composure at all times, and play together, all right? Let's go. Bring it in here.
Let's go, come out hard. Get all over them. They're not ready, dude. They're not ready. Let's go. Rebels on 3. 1, 2, 3. Rebels.
Let's go, John. Come on. hot. I know we're tired. All right, all the more reason to value our possessions. We need to be patient on offense. We'll have looks, guys.
I think it was a good game and finally a beautiful day. We've been playing in yucky weather for the last 2 months. Ole Miss traveled strong with, gosh, I think 28 guys, and that's impressive in club ball when it's hard to always get everybody to travel. I really respect Patrick a lot, and these guys came and fought hard. We got a jump on them on the offensive end early, so I think that helped.
Hey guys, we'll talk on the bus, all right? Let's go. Ray Rob, Vandy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ray Rob, Vandy. I think you're gonna get kids to come to school here. I think what people don't realize is youth lacrosse start in Mississippi, which is gonna help down the road and in the future. And you're having to pop up all over the place: Pontotoc, Oxford, the Delta, the coast. So you're starting to see the growth.
Traditionally, the Ole Miss softball team has struggled, but you wouldn't know it by looking at the Rebels' leadoff hitter. The Chicago Bandits have drafted the Rebel outfielder, RT Cantillo, with the 20th overall pick in the National Pro Fast Pitch Draft, something Cantillo is rather excited about.
Well, I'm done with school. Bye, guys. But no, I think it's a great opportunity, and I was actually really shocked. It was an option, possibly, but it was nothing for sure, so I didn't want to just rely on it. So it was great even being just an option if it didn't even happen.
Cantillo is having a monster year at the plate, batting over .450 and is well over .500 in on-base percentage. This made the coach's decision to plug Cantillo into the leadoff spot easy to make.
Right now, I think she's just under 500, and she's leading the country. I mean, she's in the top 10 in the country for sure in batting average. She's our little spark plug. You know, we have her at leadoff because we know that at least 50% of the time she's going to get on, and that's huge. When you know your leadoff kid's going to get on, and even more than that, it's her on-base percentage. You know, maybe working a walk, getting hit by a pitch, putting the ball in play and getting on there, whatever it is. You know, yeah, her batting average is huge, but if she gets on, it kind of builds the confidence for the entire team from the first pitch of the game for the next 7 innings that, you know, we can do this, we can hit, we can get on base, we can score some runs, and it really builds the entire confidence for the 8 people that are hitting behind her. Yeah, I can do this too.
I will say it's a lot better year. The coaches really helped a lot. They gave us more confidence this year. How they're training us is a lot better. They're letting us know about the pitchers, and they're helping us a lot more with hitting-wise.
Cantillo will be leaving the program top 10 in 10 different categories, and she will be leaving top 5 in career batting average, runs, triples, stolen bases, walks, slugging, and on-base percentage. Despite all these spectacular numbers on the diamond, Cantillo couldn't tell you her rank in Ole Miss history.
I'm not a big stats person, so I couldn't tell you what I'm leading in. Like I said before, I just go out and have fun and just play the game that I essentially fell in love with. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, it's a lot of training because you can go 3 for 10 and be one of the best hitters on the team. I wouldn't try too hard just to succeed. I would just do what you love. So play the game that you love and just believe in it. To me, I just go out and have fun because I play a lot better when I'm not tense. And I know a lot of the girls play a lot better when they're not tense, so we'll just probably try to have a good time.
For the Reb Zone, I'm Quinn Smith.
The 2013-2014 Ole Miss athletic season was a good one. We saw all-time greats like Bo Wallace, who's top 5 in nearly every important category, Rafael Souza, who's the all-time leading scorer in soccer history, and Marshall Henderson, perhaps the greatest basketball player in the history of Ole Miss. But what you didn't know is that these 3 superstars all have one thing in common. They didn't start here. That's right, 3 of the greatest athletes in Ole Miss history are transfers. Marshall, Rafa, and Bo have provided countless memories for the Rebels, like Bo's touchdown reception against Auburn and Marshall's buzzer beater against Vandy.
Will grab it, works up the floor to Henderson, bombs a long three, tied the game! Holy mackerel! Oh my goodness, Marshall Henderson from 35, 37 feet.
Gave the ball to Marshall. I stood at half court and kind of like leaned, like it's gonna go in. Went in, everybody went crazy. Marshall was the craziest.
Though they didn't start here, they'll be remembered here forever.
Hi, I'm Reb Zone reporter Browning Stubbs with Ole Miss superstar Cade Peeper. But let's be honest, I'm the real superstar today. Me and Cade today, we're gonna play a little one-on-one, and we're gonna play some pig. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Your ball.
It's my bad.
Jesus. Down.
Yeah. He's helping me early. I'm coming back. There we go. I'm on the board. Gotta make that. If Dayton could make the Elite Eight, I can come back too. Let's go. Dayton's actually all right. We lost to them on a buzzer. It's true. But they're not that good. Don't get the Final Four. Oh. You got a friend? What's up? Good, deep. Good, deep. That's the end of our first game. 1-0 Cade. Pig up next. See the sweat? Look at all that. That's hard work. I ain't stopping for nobody. I got work to do and I'm gonna do it. You ready for some pig?
Yeah, I'm ready, buddy.
I'll let you start, little baby.
All right.
We'll do something when my mom told me. She's only left-handed.
first in the family. Let's start a left-handed layup. All right. This is first bucket. Over the backboard. You gotta swish it. All right, Kate?
I don't want to embarrass him,
Try and do that. Scared? I ain't scared. Woody Harrelson can do it. I can do it. Yeah, I'll do a little bounce on it. So close. This close. It's 2-0. It's been a rough day for me. I'm down 2-0, but we just made a deal, right? And the deal is winner takes all half-court shot contest. Whoever makes it first wins. Ladies first. Woo! It's going in. Oh!
Some days you just hit it right off the bat. Some days you...
That's it!
Oh my gosh! Out there.
Yep.
All right. Cade, you got the best of me. We made a deal. You won. You won 3-0. Oh, what's that? Oh, I made him sweat. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the basketball challenge. For Reb Zone, I'm Browning Stubbs.
That concludes this edition of the Reb Zone. For the Reb Zone, I'm Maria Martin.